so bad. What's up everybody, Romero Mayer here. Don't know what time of day it is by you right now, but over here it is morning, and you know what that means, time for coffee. Today we're going to be learning how to brew up an amazing cup of coffee in the Vietnamese Coffee Maker. So let's get into it. So, just a little disclaimer, there are many recipes when brewing with the Vietnamese Coffee Maker, most of which include some whipped up, more traditional ways, include some whipped up egg, a little bit of condensed milk, and various other ways of making it. Today we're just sticking to the basics. How much coffee do you need? What size ground do you need? How much water to add? And yeah, so just so that you know, many different recipes. Today we're just covering the basics to make a good cup of coffee for those mornings when you really need a kickstart to the day. So yeah. Step number 1, hot water. Step 2, get some coffee. This is actually roasted by my friend. The company's name is Americano. Some really good coffee. I usually prefer single origins, which they have. This is, however, is their blend. It is really tasty and very good. So much so we actually use it at our coffee shop, and it is really good. So locally roasted, really good coffee. Go check them out on Instagram if you would like to get yourself some. And yeah. Now you're obviously welcome to use pre-ground filter coffee, which you could just buy at any store. But because we like to use beans, I need to grind mine up. So yeah, definitely a much fresher coffee to have in the mornings. But if you don't have a grinder, then just buying that is completely fine. So let me just grind some up real quick. Now that's what I love about this grinder, is that it just stops by itself. You just set the amount. It's really nice. Anyway, so I wish you could smell this, but maybe you can see inside there, freshly roasted coffee beans ready to use. Okay, step 3, actually making the coffee. So what I'm going to do is just grab, this is just one of our leather mugs which we make, just using it because if we remove the sleeve, take off the lid, we're actually going to be able to see what's going on. So just take your cup, it can be any mug, and we're going to take our Vietnamese coffee and we're just going to put it over the mug like this and take everything out. Next we're just going to add about 20 grams of our coffee, which is pretty much 1.5 tablespoons, almost 2 tablespoons, and just put that in that. Then just give your coffee a little bit of a shake to even it out, and you can see it's roughly that much. And then you're going to take the little top, which is just another filter, as you can see. You're going to put that lightly over the top and just press down a little bit, tap, not too hard, otherwise it's going to be a very bitter cup, but just tap a little bit and there you go. Okay, now what you want to do is I want to just add 20 milliliters of water, which just is the equivalent of covering that coffee up to about there, as you can see. Wait about 20 seconds for it to soak in, and that also just blooms the coffee, which gives it, it kind of just releases all those aromas and good flavors. And then you're just going to pour about another 160 milliliters of water, which is essentially filling it up to about there. And then put the lid on, and then we wait. As you can see, it should be dripping through at a couple drops a second, and it will finish in about 5 or 6 minutes and leaving you with a nice strong shot of freshly brewed coffee. Coffee is pretty much finished dripping, as you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this off. It might still mess, so I'm just going to put it on the lid in the meantime so that it doesn't mess on the countertop. Lay that aside. And actually we can just look inside quickly. You'll see that all of that water is now drained. Ooh, hot. And yeah, leaving us with this nice shot. You can drink it just as is if you like espressos. I like to drink mine more like an americano. So you can just take this water, which is still warm, dilute it to taste. And if you would like, you can add just a touch of milk too. Gotta get that in always. Now, as I said earlier, there are many different ways to make this coffee. Another or really cool way to make it is to do exactly what we did, except before you start, you fill the cup or mug with ice blocks. Fill it all the way up with ice. Let it slowly drip over the ice, which is going to cool it down. The ice won't melt too much. And then you just mix that up with either some cold water or some cold milk, and you have yourself an incredible tasting iced coffee for those hotter days. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to see in future videos, please leave it in the comments below. And please consider subscribing. I really appreciate the support. Thanks again for joining, and see you next time. I think I need a bigger cup.